Hey everyone, so one thing I've realized is that there are a lot of introverts out there. In fact, I think there's more introverts than extroverts out there. A lot of people are shy, all ethnicities, all ranges of age and race and intelligence and body shape, size. There's a lot of shy people, and I do think this isn't something that's a severe minority. I think on some level I used to think this. And so I think this is very awesome because we can start realizing this and understanding that it's okay if you're shy in really social settings where the norm is to be very gregarious. So, if you're in one of those situations where you're at a party or a very social event, or maybe you go to a bar or you're forced to a bar, or you're thinking about going to a nightclub, you have to realize that, again, it's not necessarily something wrong with you if you're shy. And I think it's so overemphasized, not just by dating advice communities, but also just by the general public. Like, really, think about it. That, okay, this is the place to go. I think guys and girls alike, they just have this assumption that this is the place you have to go to meet people for a lot of reasons. And you can get to a point where you think, okay, I have to be a certain type of extroverted, outgoing character. And after meeting so many people, I've started to realize that a lot of us are very, very shy to varying degrees, but many of us are just very shy and we can't do well in a lot of situations that have a lot of social settings. I do think there's a lot of benefit to improving and getting better at these settings in a lot of ways. But going from completely introverted to an extreme extrovert, although it is possible, it takes a lot of work, but it's possible. I don't think you need to do that to get a girl, nor do I think you need to go to these situations or settings. Um, you know, I do think in a lot of ways there are plenty of venues out there and situations and activities where you can remain introverted and own it and be your shy self and own it. And it can work in a lot of ways because you're not coming across shy or fake. Fake is a huge one. And the girls detect that you're becoming trying to be something you're not. But on the flip side, you can play to your strengths. And I do think that you know you can be confident in yourself, but not that outgoing guy who's uh, jumping on tables and screaming and so forth. And you can change yourself to be this type of guy, and it really depends on how you want to push it. For me, I want to um, try everything out. So I think I'm kind of maybe an anomaly because I'm definitely an introvert, but um, I want to try everything out. I want to test everything, and I want to push the comfort zone in every situation. However, if you don't want to go that far, or you don't think you need to go that far, because you honestly don't, there's plenty of venues where you may be able to play to your strengths, and especially if you're looking for a certain type of girl who follows your wavelength of intelligence, or let's say you're someone who's very into academic research and those types of things, and you really get along with people like that, then going to a place like a loud bar and club where everyone's very gregarious and so forth, it can work, but chances are you are less likely to run into that than like a conference room filled with intelligent people where you can talk about something that's highly advantageous to your strength. So again, I'm putting this video out because so many people out there are underemphasizing this, and there's just this huge overemphasis on the bar and nightclub and meeting people on the street scene. And it's not just one person or one group's fault. I think it's almost pop culture. You ask a lot of people, guys and girls, who are just they've never even gotten into dating advice at all. They have this assumption that this is the place to go, and there's a lot of reasons behind that. One big one is that alcohol is a sort of loosening effect, and it acts as an agent to bring a level of confidence and bring a level of ease. And people think that they're more funny, more loose, more open to talk to people, and also it can be used as a scapegoat or excuse to um, blame any sexual activity so you don't feel like your sexual reputation is at hand. There's a bunch of things behind why these venues are conducive in a lot of ways to people going to them. But thinking that it's the only way of meeting people, you may be setting yourself up for a complete failure. Like, I'm sure there's um, some man out there who's really frustrated and he's going to these places over and over again and he thinks it's the only solution, and he ends up finally settling with the girl, and it's just a complete mismatch, but he thinks like this is the only way, and he's never thought of going to other places where it may be better and he may have much better intellectual conversations, and he could have just remained the introvert he was and so forth. Um, Having said that, I do think there's a huge benefit to pushing the comfort zone and being and starting to be more social and so forth and extroverted. But I don't think this whole thing about this is where you have to do it is completely the best way of doing it. So that's what I gotta say. Thanks for watching. See you later.